Okay, guys, so today we're going to talk about quotients with zeros. So remember, a quotient is the answer to a division problem. And what do we do when there's a zero in our quotient? That's what we're going to learn today. We're on page 215 in our math book. Please follow along with me. Make sure you have an extra sheet of paper or your whiteboard with you to go through these problems because I do not like the amount of space they give you. Example 1. Maya is saving to buy a television. The television costs $327. She plans to save for 3 months. How much does Maya need to save each month to buy the television? So we're going to let M represent the amount Maya needs to save each month. Find the unknown in the equation. $327 divided by 3 equals M. First, we're going to estimate. A good estimate for 327 is that's compatible with 3. This 32 could be close to 30, right? And that's a good compatible number for 3. So 300 divided by 3 is 100. So we know the answer should be around $100. We'll set it up over here. 327 divided by 3. Same process. There is nothing new to this process, guys. Does McDonald's sell burgers raw? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. Okay, let's start our process. How many times can 3 go into 3? 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Minus equals 0. Next step. So we multiplied there, we subtracted. Next step, B, bring down. Uh-oh. I brought down a 2 here, and 2 is less than 3. I can't just skip ahead and say, oh, well, I'm also going to bring down the 7. Remember I told you that in the beginning? Your arrows should never be next to each other. You know you did something wrong if your arrows are the same length. So I can't do that. I have to follow these steps. So I brought down. And guess what? My next thing to do is repeat, divide again, just like I usually would. Can 3 go into 2? No, it cannot. So I need to put a 0 up top. 3 goes into 2 0 times. Okay, now I do my same process. Multiply 0 times 3. 0 times 3 is 0. Next step, subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. Next step, B for bring down. Okay, here we go. Now I have my 7 down here. And now I can definitely divide 3 into 27. 3 goes into 27 9 times. 9 times 3, 27. Subtract 0. No remainder. Nothing left to do. My quotient is 109. And that's today's lesson, what to do when we have a 0. And when that happens, when we have a 0 in the quotient, it means when we brought down, the number was less than the divisor. So we had to put a 0 up top to continue our process of multiplying, subtracting, bring down. Okay, so 109. And we're going to do some more practice with this. So 327 divided by 3 was $109 because we're talking about a dollar amount that she was saving each month. Since M equals 109, Maya needs to save $109 each month. Check for reasonableness. Is 100 close to 109? Yes, very close. So our answer is definitely reasonable. All right, next one. 5,231 divided by 4. Here we go. Notice how Mrs. Armstrong set up this problem. First, I made sure I gave myself lots of space because you can just look at this here and you know you're going to need lots of space to solve this problem. I spaced out my numbers. I wrote them pretty big so I can see them. And I'm going to write my acronym at the top. Does McDonald's sell burgers raw? Meaning divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. Let's get started. Can 4 go into 5? Yes. How many times? 1. 1 times 4 equals 4. Next step, subtract. 5 minus 4 equals 1. Next step, B, bring down. 12. Can 4 go into 12? Yeah. How many times? 3. 3 times 4 equals 12. Next step, subtract. Next step, B for bring down. Uh-oh, here's our problem again. Can 4 go into 3? No. What should I do? Should I just bring down the 1? No, I can't do that. That would be going out of order. I have to follow my steps here. I have to divide, I have to then multiply, I have to then subtract, and I have to then bring down. I can't just skip steps. So dividing, yeah, 4 can't go into 3, so I'm going to put a big fat 0 up top. Now I can continue. Multiply. 0 times 4 is 0. Now I can continue. Subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. Next step, B for bring down. Can 4 go into 31? Yes. How many times? 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 31 minus 28 is 4. Nothing left to do, so that's my remainder. 1,307 with a remainder of 4. All right, and the last one, this is guided practice number 1. The last one we're going to do together on page 216. Same process. We know what the situation's going to be because we know the title of the lesson and we know what happened with the last two. At some point during this problem, we're going to bring down a number that is less than our divisor. And in that case, we're going to have to put a 0 in the quotient. That's how that happens. Okay, acronym at the top. Does, McDonald's, sell, burgers, raw, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat. Our problem here is 842 divided by 4. First step, divide. 4 goes into 8 how many times? Perfectly 2, right? 2 times 4 is 8. Next step, subtract. So we've multiplied, now we're subtracting. 8 minus 8 is 0. Next step, B for bring down. Can 4 go into 4? Yes. How many times? 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract. 0. Bring down. Uh-oh. This is what we thought was going to happen. We brought down a number that is less than our divisor. So 2 is less than 4. Who remembers what to do? You do. We can't skip steps. We have to say 4 goes into 2 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. Next step is to bring down, but we have nothing to bring down, so that means we're at our remainder. 210, remainder of 2. Okay, guys, your job today is to complete pages 217 and numbers 14 and 15 on 218. If you're feeling up for the challenge, please complete 16 and 17 and 18 on page 218. Stretch your brain if you need to. And fill out the Google form for me so I can see how you're doing with this. If you need any additional help, I am always available for you. Always, always, always. From 9:15 to 10 every day. And from 2:20 to 3:20 every day. I would be more than happy to help you with any of this if you need it.